Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 25th through the 31st. We're setting the intention for the 25th through the 31st. However, you're going to stumble upon this video whenever you're meant to. So maybe you're going to find it after those dates. That's okay. That's just basically letting us know that you're going to find it when you're meant to find it. Keep in mind, these are general readings. Not every message is going to resonate. So take the messages that resonate and leave the ones that don't. Alrighty, Leo. Let's see what's happening for our Leo friends. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is going on for our Leo friends? Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle here. Alright, let's do it. Let's see what's happening in the week ahead. First card coming up here, Leo, for you guys is the Knight of Wands. This is definitely fiery, fire sign energy. Okay. Can definitely be here Leo energy. It could be you coming to the party, showing up for your reading. Now, traditionally speaking, the Knights can be seen as messengers. And I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and romance, and the Knight of Wands gets a bad rap. Those of you that you know on this channel, I do love readings separately. Love readings are linked in the description. And the weekly forecast, we try to look at everything other than love. But you've probably heard me talk about the Knight of Wands being like an outdoor cat, someone who comes in and out of your life. They get all loved up on, they get their belly nice and full, and then they go sauntering off for the next adventure. And you see them when you see them, right? We joke about the Knight of Wands. He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. But we're not looking at the aspect in terms of relationship. We're looking at the Knight of Wands in terms of characteristics and energies and how he shows up outside of love and romance. Outside of love and romance, Knight of Wands can be something that's coming in where you have to make a quick decision and you're not going to have a whole lot of time. You're going to have to make up your mind pretty fast. Okay? It can also be that somebody is presenting an ultimatum. However, you are a fire sign. I'm reading for a fire sign. Knight of Wands is coming up and it's the very first card. So I feel what's happening with the Knight of Wands in your case, Leo, is you guys might be preparing to confront somebody and you're wanting them to make up their mind. You're wanting them to decide. You're giving the ultimatum. Or you're telling somebody, hey, you got to figure this out. You got to tell me what you want to do. Yes or no. I don't have all day. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to make their mind up about an important decision. And you may be setting a deadline. And you're like, look, you got to tell me by this time. And if you don't know, then I'm just going to have to go do things my way. And just, you're on your own kind of situation. I feel that it's coming from you. I feel like you're the one who's pushing. This can be because we had a pretty intense full moon in Aries last week, and some people did have conflicts and disagreements and get really frustrated and run out of patience with certain situations. So there may have been things that happened last week that you're coming into this week where you're like, we're not doing that again. They got to make up their mind. They got to figure out what they want to do. So maybe the role is reversed for some of you, and some of you have somebody coming up to you and telling you to make up your mind. But I feel for the majority of you, like 99.9% of you, I feel, Leo, you're the one who's coming into the situation and you're making some kind of a demand. A rightful demand or a justifiable demand. I don't feel like you're throwing a hissy fit, but you're coming in and you're just like, look, this needs to be like yes or no. These are the options. These are the choices. It shouldn't take this long for you to decide A, B, or C. You got to hurry up and tell me. Here's the deadline. So I feel in some way, Leo, you guys are getting ready to hold somebody's feet to the fire, so to speak. The next card that's coming up for our darling Leos is the Ten of Wands. You're done. You're fed up. You are fed up. You're like, I am done with this mess. I am tired of carrying everybody. I'm tired of figuring everything out. I'm tired of putting out all the fires. Forget this mess. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Right? Ten of Wands can tell us that we've come to a time of completion. A project has been finished. A project has been finalized. Knight of Wands coming in with Ten of Wands can tell us that something is coming to completion fairly quickly. But Ten of Wands also has the element of like needing to delegate. You're taking way too much on your shoulders. And Leo, you might be realizing that. Okay, Leos, you guys have big hearts. You love very hard, and you can be very generous. And you can be in the situation when it comes to people that you care about, whether it's family, whether it's romantic situations. You guys can sometimes express your love and your loyalty through material generosity. You might be very generous with your finances, with your money, with, kind of, covering costs and just, I can take care of it, I got you kind of thing. And some of you might be feeling that financially there are people in your life that they need to start pulling their weight, or like it's not fair that they're putting everything on you. You might be feeling like there needs to be a little bit more balance. So some of you might be putting boundaries here in terms of finances, or boundaries here in terms of like responsibilities. It's not fair that I'm doing 99% of everything. This should be 50-50. You need to step up more. So some of you may be setting boundaries in terms of like obligations, responsibilities in your family environment or living environment, or in a work situation. You might have found yourself in a very unfair situation where everybody's piling everything on you and you're doing things that aren't even your job, right? So some of you are having to confront the situation and, kind of document what's going on and say, okay, well, this belongs in this department. How is it ending up on my desk? So some of you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, a little taken advantage of, and you're just in this energy where you're not going to do this much longer. Like you're just kind of over it. Leo, some of you are in a very frustrating position because I feel like you came into a work situation or a business agreement or a partnership where you really worked your butt off. You came in and you gave 200% because you felt like, I'm going to prove myself in this way, and then they're going to appreciate me. They're going to give me a bigger cut, or they're going to give me a promotion, or they're going to give me a raise. They're going to see I have a good attitude. They're going to see I'm a hard worker. But it just kind of became like, okay, we're going to pile on more and pile on more and pile on more. And the title didn't come. The partnership didn't come. The promotion didn't come. The raise didn't come. But the more responsibilities came. So I feel a lot of you are in a situation now where you may be even wanting a fresh start. You're like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I want to go find another job or find another partnership or something and start over. And next time in the new situation, not make the same, unintentional agreement again. I'm not going to go in there giving 200% because they're going to get used to it. And they're going to say, okay, well, we're going to pay you, X amount of dollars, but you're going to give us the work of 4 people, right? You're not going in there with that agreement. Like you might have found yourself in this situation. And you're like, next time I'm going to start over and I'm just going to do my job. I'm going to do it well, but I'm not going to take on all this extra. I'm not going to be jumping through hoops to try to prove myself. I'm going to do my responsibility, my job. I'm going to do it well. They're going to see what I'm capable of. And if they want more out of me, they're going to have to give me a raise or promote me, right? So you're coming in with like a new energy, a new approach when it comes to work matters. Your next card coming up, Leo, is the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords can have to do with agreements, contracts, communication coming in specifically in terms of like information being shared with you or revealed, the truth being revealed, an agreement being set. The Ace of Swords has a special meaning for me though in my readings. Over the years reading for people, one of the things I've noticed is the Ace of Swords seems to come up when we're having an unblocking and the clearing in the crown chakra. The crown chakra is where we process our thoughts. It's the realm of thought. And so when I see the Ace of Swords, it's telling me that you're clearing away negative thought patterns. You're clearing away limited thinking, false beliefs, anything mentally that's been blocking you or holding you back. You're seeing solutions where once you saw problems, and you're seeing ways of doing things more efficiently, right? The whole kind of concept of working smarter, not harder, right? Not having to, as I said, jump through hoops, but working more efficiently, increasing your profit, increasing your pay, and, increasing the benefit without having to overwork yourself or overexert yourself. You're finding a nice, balanced, easier way of doing things. Now, there's something really specific jumping out at me from this card, and I've used this deck before. I've been using it for a while in the YouTube videos even, and I've seen this card a lot of times. But this time, it's jumping out at me in a really different way that I haven't really noticed before. And I'm looking at the hand, and look at where the hand is grasping the sword. It's not grasping the sword by the handle, it's grasping the sword by the blade. And to me, this is kind of like, this is dangerous, right? He's got a glove on, but I don't know if that glove is gonna withstand getting cut, so I that hand, the way the hand is gripping the sword, is really jumping out at me. And I feel like Spirit is saying that these ideas are going to come up in your head. And a lot of you, like the Fool card energy, are going to be tempted to just go for it. Oh my gosh, here's the idea, here's the solution. Oh my God, this is what we do. And you're just like going to jump. But that might be risking the danger of you hurting yourself, right? You might be stabbing yourself or cutting yourself in the process, or how we say the expression, shooting yourself in the foot. So I feel like this is saying that the idea is going to come up and you're going to know it's the right idea, but you still need to take a step back here, and you need to have a path towards working that idea. You have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. It's not just like, oh, I'm just going to go do that. Oh, I'm unhappy, I'm just going to go quit my job and I'm going to hustle and I'm going to get on this self-employment idea that I have and I'm going to manifest income really quick. Wait a minute, hold up now. Are you going to have enough time to come up with your mortgage or your rent or your car insurance payment or money for utilities or food, right? You might have to do this in a way where there's some kind of a transition. You got to maybe ease into it. So the way that the hand is grasping the blade makes me feel like this is a good idea, but the way that you're approaching it and the way that you're going about it is really important. And you might be really impatient to where you're just wanting to go for it. And Spirit's saying, hold up, hold on, wait a minute, take a step back, and let's plan this. Let's work out the plan and let's take logical steps towards it so that we're not rushing and creating more problems for ourselves. The next card that's coming up for you, Leo, is the Lovers. So this could be Gemini energy coming up for some of you. I feel like this card also came up for Aries, okay? So maybe it's like a fire sign thing here. But there's definitely a situation here of decisions. This could be Gemini energy also. Let me just clarify. Obviously, this is not going to be the major arcana card for Aries. This is going to be the major arcana card for Gemini. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. I just said them because I think it came up for them also. So maybe you're dealing with them. But if you have a Gemini placement, there can be a big change for you or growth happening for you in that area of your life, or you may find yourself having to make decisions about that area of your life. This is associated with love and romance, even though I'm not reading for love and romance in the weekly forecasts. Some of you maybe are making decisions about a romantic relationship. Maybe you're getting your life in order so that it's not interfering with your romantic relationship. Or you're getting your finances in order so you can take something next level with a romantic relationship. However, okay, when the tarot was first put together, the Lovers card, the 6th major arcana card, was not called the Lovers. It was called the Choice, the decision, the sacrifice, because it has the energy of having to choose, having to pick. And so it kind of can be picking between two loves, an old one and a new one, a present one and somebody new coming in. Or it can be where you want to invest your time and energy. Do I want to invest my time and energy into my personal life? Do I want to invest my time and energy in my career? Do I want to take some time off and really make spiritually based decisions? Do I really want to devote myself to my ethics and beliefs? And do I want to take a very highly spiritual path? Right? So this card comes up when we have to compare our options. We have to compare what we want so that we can figure out what is most important to us. This card comes up when we're beginning to define what our deal breakers are, what is on our must-haves, what we can't do without, what we want, but also how hard are we willing to work to get it. Just like we talked about the work situation where you're jumping through hoops, right? You might be like, well, I want that pay, I want that prestige or that title, but I also don't want to be jumping through hoops the way they're making me jump through hoops. And so maybe you also have that in your personal life. Maybe your friends or family or your romantic partner are upset about something from the past and they're constantly holding it over your head, or they've been so hurt and so taken advantage of in the past. Even if you haven't messed up or done anything mean against them, they've just been so hurt that it's like now it's up to you to heal all of their past hurts by being perfect and never making a mistake. And so they couldn't trust people before, and now you're constantly having to jump through hoops proving that, hey, you can trust me. And some of you are like, dang, it's been 10 years already. If you don't trust me by now, when are you going to trust me? Right? I've got a pretty good track record the last 10 years. What in the heck? Right? So some of you just might be in this energy where you're tired of it. It's just kind of like, I want this, but it shouldn't have to be so hard. And this can be where the ultimatum is coming in. So you may be approaching somebody and just basically saying, look, like, I like being here, whether it's a living situation, whether it's a job, whether it's a romantic situation. I like being here. I want to continue to be here, but there's just some things that are out of balance and some things that are not fair, right? And so you might be bringing these things to this person's attention. The fact that the Knight of Wands is coming up tells me, however, I'm sad to say this, worst case scenario, some of you are going to be dealing with a response that's going to be like, well, you know what? If you don't want to be here, there's 100 people that would be happy to take your place. So if you're not happy, bye. Some of you, unfortunately, are going to have somebody who's super kind of rude about it. And so you're like, okay, I guess I gotta, walk the walk. I talk the talk. I gotta back it up with action. I guess I gotta find something else or go elsewhere. And then some of you are going to deal with a response where it's like, oh my God, Leo, oh, it makes me so sad that you feel that way. I mean, we love you so much and we appreciate so much having you around. And oh my God, like, we don't know what we would do without you. You're so important and you're so amazing. And it's not that we're trying to stress you out or put a lot on your back. It's just that you're so amazing and there's nothing you can't do. And like they're coming in and they're stroking your ego and they're minimizing what you're saying and they're sweeping it under the rug. So there's no real solution. They're apologizing. They're acting like they feel so sad that you feel that way, but they're not bringing about any change. They're not looking at it like solution, like, you know what, Leo, you're right. Let's take care of this, right? Let's figure out a way where you don't have so much on your plate. Let's figure out a more efficient way of doing things. Or, you know what, Leo, you're right. I really need to work on my trust issues and stop making you pay for all of the ways other people have wronged me in the past. They're not doing that. It's just like, oh my God, no, don't say that. Oh my God, no, don't say, I'm so sorry. Oh, you're so wonderful. Oh, I'm so sad you feel that way. You know how I get sometimes. You just know how I am, right? Like, they're not really stepping up. They're not offering a solution. So again, you're like, okay, I guess this isn't going to change, and I'm going to have to find another situation. So maybe, and I don't want to say that it's not worth it for you to approach the situation, because sometimes when we speak up, we're making a statement to the universe that, like, this is unacceptable and this isn't okay. So we're making a statement to the universe that I'm not going to settle for this, or that my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings matter. I deserve to be heard. So it can be very powerful to speak up, even though there might not be a change. But my advice to you is this, Leo. If you're going to do this, and if you're finally ready to speak up, you also need to have the safety net in place, right? You have to have the other job lined up, or you have to have the living situation figured out. You have to know what you're going to do if they don't come back at you with the solution, so that you're ready to follow through. You made your statement, and your statement was, this is unacceptable. And these people are hoping that you're just gonna, deal with it and be intimidated, or feel sorry for them and stick around. So it's gonna be up to you to walk the walk, to make the statement that I'm not gonna accept this, right? Otherwise, you spoke up and you're still stuck in the same situation, right? And that can drive you crazy. That can feel a little bit embarrassing even. So if you're gonna speak up, I would encourage you not to do it until you have the next thing set up or the next thing ready, right? You got the job offer, and you can come in and you can tell them, I would really like to stay here, but this is a situation, and this other job is offering me this pay, and the responsibilities are like not even close to this. So, like, are you gonna promote me? Are you gonna increase my pay? Are you gonna compensate me for the work that I'm doing? Or am I gonna go somewhere else and have an easier job and make more money? So you might not say it that bluntly, you might not say it that flat out, but you get what I mean. So I would just say, have the next thing set up before you confront the situation. And if you do, when you're not heard, that's when you can have that powerful mic drop moment, right? Where you're just, okay, I'm out, I'm done. You didn't want to hear me, bye, right? And then you don't feel as powerless, or you don't feel frustrated, like you don't want to hear me, you don't want to work with me, you don't appreciate me, you don't feel trapped in this situation. Okay? So Leo, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks those are going to resonate for you more than your sun sign. They might add a little more specific energy for you, or information for you based on your placements, your specific energy and your planetary placements. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I will say this, my darlings. There is somebody going around pretending to be me. Some people have been commenting and asking about sending tips or donations, and so people see this and they're like, oh, you can send a donation here, or contact me, I have to give you an important message, I need to give you an emergency reading. That's not me. I'm never like gonna go to people and say, I have to read for you right now, or send me money, in this way right now. I'm never gonna do that, ever. The only way to get a private reading is through calendly.com/amethystangelite. And for those of you who've been asking, who want to send a tip or a donation, you can do that through PayPal. And so that's paypal.com/amethystangelite, or just go to PayPal and send it to my email address, amethystangelite@gmail.com. So just know and understand, my darlings, that I'm never going to reach out to you and be like, I have to read for you right now. Send me money and I'm going to read for you. Or I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to contact people and be like, give me this, give me that. So please know, if you're getting messages like that, it is not me. Okay. I don't want anybody to get scammed. Love readings for October are linked in the description. If you haven't already watched those, you can check them out. I know the month is pretty much over. November love readings will be up soon. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.